It's hard to believe how fast this past year went by. Wow, 2019 was a whirlwind full of new initiatives, hard work, and countless successes. You will hear more about them in the following video. But first, I want to tell you that your dedication and commitment to public service does not go unnoticed. Not a week goes by where I don't receive accolades for the work you are doing to better Ohio. Thank you for making this past year so successful. I want to wish you and yours a safe and happy holiday season, and I look forward to the work we will continue to do in 2020 together.
The Ohio Department of Public Safety continues to focus on our core mission, safety, service, and protection, by enhancing current and establishing new initiatives, and working with local, state, and federal partners to achieve our collective goal of keeping our communities safe. Governor DeWine announced his Strong Ohio Violence Prevention Plan, which aims to preserve constitutional rights, expand treatment options, and prevent violence through safety protection orders, thorough background checks, rigorous due process, ongoing help to those in crisis, new state background checks, and greater penalties for gun crimes. The Ohio Governor's Warrant Task Force determined that Ohio lacks a uniform statewide warrant tracking system after studying how Ohio's 1,361 entities utilize LEADS, the system that ultimately feeds data into NCIC. Because agencies are not required to enter warrants into LEADS, the task force was unable to determine the number of outstanding warrants in Ohio, but believed there could easily be in excess of 500,000 open warrants statewide. An improved warrant and protection order system would help law enforcement determine in real time if an offender is wanted in another county for a violent offense. We are establishing a comprehensive e-warrant and e-protection order system as part of Strong Ohio, with the goal of implementing a warrant system for law enforcement, judges, and clerks that will meet Governor DeWine's 3 requirements: that the system be free to local governments, easy to use, and mandatory. School safety is a top priority, and we will be expanding our efforts to prevent tragedy.
Governor DeWine announced today that he will be establishing the Ohio School Safety Center, which will be a first-of-its-kind resource for the state, centralized resources on physical safety, mental health, education, emergency management, and be resources for both schools, local law enforcement, and the community.
The Ohio State Highway Patrol was responsible for the security and traffic control at the Ohio State Fair. Troopers, with the assistance of the Columbus Division of Police, worked diligently to ensure everyone was able to enjoy the activities, all while providing a safe environment. Troopers, auxiliary units, and cadets were able to interact with the public in a positive manner. Also, Ohio Homeland Security's Explosive Detection Canine conducted sweeps, and the Skywatch towers were deployed. The visual presence of law enforcement and the reconfiguration of the Midway resulted in a decrease in the number of incidents, making the 2019 fair one of the safest on record, and ultimately created a safety blueprint for years to come. As part of Governor DeWine's Recovery Ohio initiative, the department recently established the Ohio Narcotics Intelligence Center, a specialized criminal intelligence unit to assist local law enforcement in conducting intelligence-driven drug trafficking investigations.
Law enforcement many times takes in a wealth of information and they're not always sure what to do with it, and so ONIC will apply that information and in essence connect the dots.
Governor DeWine's Ohio Ready Test Drive program will install 400 customized virtual driving assessment systems in Ohio's 57 driver examination locations, as well as in many of Ohio's driver training schools. The free virtual driving systems will scientifically examine student driver preparedness and help Ohio make data-driven improvements to its overall driver's education curriculum. The virtual driving assessment technology, which was developed through a collaboration between the Ohio Department of Public Safety and Children's Hospital of Philadelphia's Center for Injury Research and Prevention, will instantly assess how well student drivers are prepared to react to 10 of Ohio's most prevalent crash-causing scenarios. When used in driver training schools, the assessments will establish student drivers' baseline driving skills and assist instructors in developing customized training based on skills needing improvement. Parents or guardians of student drivers can also use the virtual driving assessment results for guidance on which specific skills need more in-car practice. To better serve Ohio drivers who visit deputy registrars for services, the Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicles recently launched its Get in Line online queuing system at more than a dozen locations in Ohio. Customers who get in line online have a 4-hour window to arrive at the deputy registrar location, check in at a self-service kiosk, and claim their spot in line. The BMV is the first division to begin moving its website to the Innovate Ohio platform, which will ultimately serve as a one-stop shop for all of Ohio's online services. Improving access to customers is top priority for the BMV. Discussions have begun with the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections to establish a mechanism that will allow inmates to obtain a driver license or ID just prior to release. The Ohio Division of Emergency Medical Services has also streamlined the certification and renewal process for emergency medical and fire personnel, making it user-friendly and providing a more secure environment. Ohio is just one of the few states that offers the service at no charge. The new certification renewal system allows for quicker processing of applications and offers prompts to ensure that correct information is entered. Not only can emergency medical technicians and firefighters easily renew their licensure online, they can also update their contact and affiliation information and view their Pro Board application. The Ohio State Highway Patrol's Drug Recognition Expert State Coordinator will provide identifying impairment indicators training to employees with the Ohio Department of Youth Services. The training will cover the effects of drugs in the human body, the 7 drug categories, behavioral indicators of impairment, and how to distinguish these behavioral signs from other medical conditions in an effort to help staff recognize and respond to youth impairment and overdose in the community. House Bill 166 will allow the Office of Criminal Justice Services to provide $1 million per fiscal year in grants to conduct investigations on sexual assault kit testing results. The testing of these kits was a vitally important issue to then Attorney General Mike DeWine, and ensuring that there are adequate resources to investigate and prosecute these cases continues to be a priority for the governor.
This is a wonderful opportunity for us to bring justice to victims who've waited for far too long. With the funding that's been provided to us by the General Assembly, we now have the opportunity to pursue investigations and prosecutions of CODIS hits and to bring justice for victims who have been waiting for justice for far too long.
In August, the Ohio National Guard and the Ohio Emergency Management Agency co-hosted Vigilant Guard 2019, the largest exercise ever conducted in Ohio. 90 local, state, and federal agencies from across the country participated in this 4-day exercise. The exercise tested the state's disaster and emergency response capabilities with a simulated cyber attack event that subsequently caused utility failures and disruptions. This exercise allowed the comprehensive readiness testing as one joint force in order to be better prepared to protect our citizens and our state when a disaster hits. Recently, the Ohio State Highway Patrol partnered with the University of Akron to establish a patrol post for the first time ever on a college campus. This represents a unique partnership that provides safety, service, and protection to the campus, city, and county. Ground has also been broken for a shared police facility on the University of Toledo campus, which will be used by the University PD and the Ohio State Highway Patrol. The Office of Criminal Justice Services continues its work with the Ohio Collaborative Community Police Relations Board.
Well, at the first meeting of the collaborative this year, Governor DeWine actually visited with the members of the collaborative and asked them to develop a pursuit standard. And so that's what we're in the process of working on right now.
We cannot do this work alone. Our accomplishments would not be possible without the unwavering support from our many partners. The department looks forward to continuing to grow our successes together.